We're doing 4 racks of ribs on 4 different smokers. We're gonna do one on the offset smoker, do one on the Weber Kettle, we're gonna do one on the Z-Grills pellet grill, and we're gonna do one on the Spider Grills Huntsman. Now we know that all 4 of these smokers can do a great job when it comes to smoking ribs. So if any of these racks of ribs aren't quite right, it's probably not the fault of the smoker, it's probably the fault of the smokerer. Now our goal here, guys, is to figure out what kind of different characteristics each one of these smokers brings to the table when it comes to smoking ribs. So at the very end of the video, I want to do a completely blindfolded taste test. And the reason I'll be blindfolded is because I will see these ribs all the way through the smoking process. I'll recognize their color and different things like that. I don't want that to sway my thoughts on each one of these bites. So I'll describe to you what I'm getting with each bite, and then I'll take a stab at which one I think it might be from. Let's get started. There's a salt and pepper mixture, 50-50. I want 50-50 with it. We're gonna put them right here on this end. Kind of my hotter spot. It's not quite at the end where it's really hot, but I'm gonna bunch them together, push them together, kind of so they thicken up. Good night, guys. All right, so our Weber Kettle is now to temperature 2. Now we have one rack that's kind of janky, guys. I struggle with getting it trimmed even to where it's usable, but we've got to deal with what we have. We had 4 racks total. That's what we want to use today. So that's the little rack we had to deal with. But nonetheless, it'll go on the Weber Kettle because it's the smallest rack, and we'll hopefully do okay. But we're at 275 on here. We'll go from here with these 2. Now on to the pellet grill. Actually, guys, I decided to go ahead and do the Spider Grills Huntsman next. Do the same thing, kind of squish them up there pretty good. They're on now, and now we'll do the pellet grill. All right, guys, the pellet grill is running a little hot, which is why I skipped it, went to the Huntsman. Now I think it's cooled down enough to where you can put them on, and we'll get these ribs on here now. Now, guys, you got to make sure when you put them on, you bunch them up together so that they stay meaty and you don't have them too flat. You want them, however you put them on here is how they're going to cook. So always bunch them up together so that they will actually cook that way and be meatier rib when you go to eat it. That's a good looking rack of ribs here, guys. There we go. They're all 4 on. All right, you all, we're at the 2-hour mark now. So we're going to take a look at each rack of ribs and decide if they need to be wrapped or not. If we decide to wrap them, we will wrap them in butcher paper, not foil, because we're not going to add any butter or sugar or honey, anything like that. We're doing just a Texas style rib, which means salt and pepper, and wrapped in butcher paper only and put back on the smoker. All right. Oh, wow, they look really good. These ones on the offset look really, really good. Look at that, guys. They look really, got some really good color to them. Got a good feel, get some pullback on the ribs for sure. Looking really, really good. Now let's check the probe for tenderness. Now, I'm not going to worry about temperature, but I'm going to see what kind of tenderness they have. They feel really good. They're at the point where they need to be wrapped. So we'll go ahead and wrap these guys and put them in some butcher paper and put it back on, probably meat side down. Put them back in there like that for now, and we'll come back to these and wrap them in a minute. Now let's look at the ones on the Weber Kettle. Now remember, guys, this is the rack that was really kind of janky, if you want to use for lack of a better term. It wasn't a very good looking rack, so we had to put it on the Kettle because it was the smallest ones. And oh wow, they look really, really good though. We're getting some pullback on those as well. This is 2 hours in, guys. Of course, I know it's a small rack. That looks really, really good. All right, here's ones on pellet grill, guys. Well, they got some good color too. Some decent pullback on some of the bones there. Ways to go still, but they look really, really good too. Yeah, they're definitely ready to be wrapped. We'll wrap those up as well. They don't have quite the color that the offset had on there because of the fact it's a pellet smoker, but they look really good. They got some good color here on the end and through here too. So looking really, really pleased with those as well. All right, guys, let's take a look at the one here on the Huntsman. All right, they look good. They don't have as much color as I hoped. They look really good. Not as much pullback on the ribs, on the bones either. They feel good. Got a good bounce to them. We'll be ready to wrap or not. I'm gonna leave them unwrapped for a little bit longer because I want them to get a little more color on them if they can. Let's let them go for a little bit longer. I'm not gonna wrap these yet. We're gonna give them probably another 45 minutes even. Try to get some more color on them before we wrap them, but let's wrap the other 3 racks. All right, guys, here's the rack that's off the offset smoker. I've sprayed the butcher paper with a little bit of water just to make it more pliable. I'll wrap these up and put them back on the smoker. All right, guys, it's been 4 hours now. We're gonna check and see how these things are doing. We'll check with the offset ones first. Guys, these look good. My gosh, they look fantastic, don't they? I'm really pleased with those. Got some really good color on them. Let's check for tenderness and see how they're probing. Oh yeah, guys, they're great. They're right at 201. 202 is the magic number you're always looking for when it comes to ribs. And they are right at it, guys. Looking really, really good. Tender everywhere. Really pleased with those. We're gonna put these in the cooler. Let them rest for a little bit. Now we'll check the ones on the Weber Kettle. I know it's a small little piece of rib, but man, I'll tell you what, they look good. Look at them smoking there. My gosh, they look good. Let's check these for tenderness. These actually need about another probably 15, 20 minutes. They're just shy of 200, guys. We're gonna let these go a little bit longer. I thought they'd be the first ones done, but they've got a little bit longer to go. All right, let's check the ones on the pellet grill now. These feel really good. Oh yeah. Again, guys, great color, great feel. I'm very impressed with the color on those. Again, I'm not real experienced with pellet grills, as you guys know, but holy moly, those feel good. These are definitely done 100% of the way. They feel great. They're temping right at just over 200 degrees, about 203. These are gonna go in the cooler as well. I'm gonna mark them so I'll know which ones are which. Now, guys, let's check the Spider Grill's Huntsman. They feel a little better than I expected them to. Oh yeah, they look fantastic. Holy moly. Look at that, folks. Those are great looking ribs. Oh man, look at the fat juices in my gosh. 203.4, 202. Yeah, guys, these are done too. My gosh, look how clean those are. What a beautiful color they have on it. I cannot wait to try those. Holy moly. Those are done as well. We're gonna pull them off, let them rest a little bit. But the only one we're waiting on now is the ones on Weber Kettle, and they won't need maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll have them all rested for a few minutes, and we'll dig in and see how they did, guys. All right, folks, we have finished all 4 racks of ribs, and now it's time to give them a taste test. Again, we're trying to figure out what characteristics each one of these smokers brings to the table when it comes to smoking ribs. Now, what's gonna happen is Mrs. Grumpy's been cordial enough to go ahead and say that she's been voluntold, actually, guys, to cut us a rib out of each rack, and then bring them to me and let me taste them blindfolded. So I'm gonna take her the first rack, which is the offset rack right here, and she'll go ahead and cut us out a rib from this. Now guys, the offset smoker did really, really well. I like the way it smoked. I think it did a really good job cooking them. I think it'll probably be the smokiest. That's gonna be my prediction. I don't know that. The offset smoker did a really good job as always. I smoked them at 275. It sometimes got to 300, sometimes got to 250, but as a rule, 275 was right where we wanted it to be. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. Mrs. Grumpy's showing you a picture of the rib right now. I don't wanna look, but there's the picture of the ribs. You can see if it's juicy or not, what it looks like, the coloring and all that kind of stuff. Even though I've seen these ribs, I don't wanna look at them now once they've been cut until I'm ready to taste test them. She'll get the next rack here in a second, and we'll cut the next one off Weber Kettle, and we'll get it done right now. Remember, this little Weber Kettle piece is not real big, but it worked. It did the trick. And the Weber Kettle, like I said, it was kind of janky is the word I used. The whole rack did not look very good, so we had a little bit of trouble getting it trimmed. So we had just one little piece out of it, and that's what we went ahead and smoked, was that small little piece. But did a great job. Now, it was actually the longest one to get done. I thought for sure that it would have been done first, but that didn't really matter. Apparently, it chose to be a little longer, and that's fine. But it looked really good. I like the color of it. I think it's going to be a good rib. I mean, that's what I've always smoked on. It's very, very common for me to smoke on Weber Kettle, as you guys know. You can see what it looks like color-wise and juicy-wise and all that kind of stuff, so you get a good idea what it looks like. I'm not gonna look at it because I don't want to see what it looks like yet. Next, we're gonna do the Z-Grill's pellet grill rack. And as you guys know, I'm not real comfortable with pellet grills yet. I've not used them a whole lot. Just recently got this pellet grill from Z-Grill's company. They sent it to me for me to give it a try. This video is not sponsored by anybody, so it's not like I'm worried about what I say, but they did a really good job. I was real pleased with how well it smoked or cooked these. The color's fantastic. They feel a little dry just from what I picked up on the rack when I pulled it out of the paper, but it still was okay. It wasn't like it was bad. Just a little drier than I hoped it'd be, but by all means, we'll see how it tastes, see what kind of smoky flavor we have. That's always been my concern with pellet grills, is how smoky they are or if they're smoky enough. But now Miss Grumpy's gonna show you a close-up of the pellet grill rib. Let's just see what the color of it is and how it looks. And then we'll give it a try myself here in a minute. I'm not gonna look while she's doing that. All right, guys, lastly, we're gonna get a quick cut on the Spider Grill's Huntsman rack. This rack, guys, looks absolutely phenomenal. This rack was probably the most moist, had more rendered fat in it. I was a little concerned, to be honest with you, about how the Spider Grill's Huntsman would do because I used the next level grate, which is more of a heat baffle, and I was afraid that the smoke would come up around the baffle and out the exhaust because the profile of the ribs is so low to the grate, of course. When you put a brisket on there or a pork butt, it's got a higher profile, of course, so the smoke can come up and around that baffle and hit your protein and before it escapes. But I was afraid the profile of the meat of the ribs would be too low. But hopefully they didn't. They came out really moist and juicy, at least the outside. Mr. Grumpy is showing you a close-up of it now. I don't know how juicy it is, but it looked very juicy from when I took it off the smoker. So there's an idea for you there now. Now we've got all 4 of them cut. What I'm gonna do now is put on my blindfold and let Miss Grumpy hand me one of these ribs at a time. I'll tell you what I taste, I'll guess what it is, and we'll see how I do. Gosh, I really can't see anything, so I've written on the bottom of the plate which rib it is, so I'll show you the bottom of the plate as I take one, and you'll know what I'm tasting then. So tell me when you're ready, Miss Grumpy.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Sure.
Put me first one right in front of me. There's what I'm trying, guys. Hopefully you can see that okay. I'm going to try this rib and see how it tastes. Feels really good. Feels meaty. The flavor's fantastic. I don't taste a whole lot of smoke. The texture's there. It's pretty juicy. I love that salt and pepper flavor. I can taste it, definitely taste the pork, but it's not overbearing with smoke by no means. So I'm gonna guess, just based on my preconceived notion about pellet grills, it's a pellet smoker rib, but it's actually very, very good and tasty. Not real smoky, but definitely good. Here's the next one. Feels pretty moist. Man, the texture's good. It's not fall off the bone, which I don't want fall off the bone. Tastes a little more smoke in this one. I'll tell you, it's hard to tell. I think the biggest problem for me, guys, I'm not used to using cherry wood. There I can taste it. I tasted smoke there. I'm gonna guess, I don't know. Complete shot in the dark. I'm gonna say it's a Weber Kettle. I have no idea if that's correct or not. I don't taste much charcoal, but I didn't taste much smoke either, so we'll see. All right, next one. There's the one I'm trying now. This one feels very, very good. It's the offset smoker, I don't know. Had a really good bark to it. Really good bark, very moist, good texture. Gosh, I'm offset smoker. I don't know, I'm just guessing now, guys. I can't tell the difference in all of these. Last one. Yes, there we go. Let's try this one and see what it is. Oh, wow. I think the only thing left is the Huntsman. I believe it might be the Spider Grill's Huntsman just because it's very juicy. I could tell it was juicy coming off out of the wrap. But it's got a good smoke flavor. Actually, I think this is the offset smoker. I think the last one might have been the Spider Grill's Huntsman. The smoke flavor is really stronger on this. Man, that's really good. That's a good rib right there. I'll say the previous one was the Huntsman and this one was the offset. Total guess. I'm gonna unblindfold myself now and see how I did. This was the first one. I can't remember what I said. Oh, it's the Huntsman. I guess it was the Weber Kettle, I think, or the...
I think you thought it was the pellet.
So I'm gonna guess, just based on my preconceived notion about pellet grills, it's a pellet smoker rib. Okay, well, gosh, it looks really good. It's a good looking rib, guys, and it was a tasty rib. They're all very good. I didn't taste a lot of smoke in this one. That's what I said, not a lot of smoke, and I was afraid of that. But the color turned out to be very good on these, so I thought it'd be better than I expected. This one was the Weber Kettle. Okay, the second one, I couldn't tell. I think I actually might have said Weber Kettle on this one. I can't remember. Go back and look, rewind, guys, and watch and see what I said. I can't remember what I said for each of these. Complete shot in the dark. I'm gonna say it's a Weber Kettle. But again, really good color, really good bite on that one. Yeah, this one had really good bark on it. The Z-Girl's Pellet Grill. Okay, so that makes sense. It was really, really good. The pork was great, it was good and juicy. Very, very good rib. I liked it as well. And the last one I knew was definitely the offset.
Yeah, more smoke.
I could definitely taste the smoke on that. Really meaty, really juicy rib. I really, really liked it, guys. Well, there you go, guys. That gives us an idea of what to expect from each one of these. I can't really say that one was much better than any other than the offset. I could taste the smoke on it better than anything else, which would make sense. But otherwise, all three of the other ones were just right neck and neck. I like what all of them bring to the table as far as different textures and different flavors. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope you got some value out of it. Please do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We certainly appreciate the support there. Until next time, guys, I'll meet you at the smoker.